Okay, Mr. Vertical. Mr. Vertical. Oh, I want to see if I can find a cap that isn't chipped. I should be able to find a cap that isn't chipped. Let me just make sure everything else is okay with this pen. It's a sec. Okay, we have to change this. Okay, this is the nib you want. We're already having to do some surgery here. This is what happens when I put together pens that are that I don't take the time to study. So this is the nib that we want for this particular, for a particular pen. We just triple check to make sure this is fine, correct. It is fine. It seems to have had a close shave with death, though. So let me see what I can put that in. Okay, this thing. This is the yummy. Empty this out of ink. Hey, Dimitri. The Waterman, the delicate Waterman nib was in a barrel. I have to put it in a different barrel. But anyway, so this is that. This one is working. You're looking, I sent you a text in Instagram. Did you not get it? I can email it to you if you want. I didn't send an invoice. I sent just my PayPal. I'll send it to you in an email. But it is in your thing here, in your Instagram text. Oh, well, anyway, I'm sending it to you. Okay. So anyway, you've got this, you've got the Schaefer, and you have the Moore. With its little sharp sort of side strokey thing, and then you've got the Skyline here, which again is sort of a This one you can push around in lots of different directions. The more is more, you know, writing, being a little more careful, maybe, is that the right word? Cognizant. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see if I can find you a barrel for the Waterman. A barrel and a cap. And a Waterman. Add $10 for the shipping. I don't know how much the shipping will be, but I'm assuming it'll be $10. How's this gonna fit? Fuck. I'm gonna send you an extra pen as well. It'll be a surprise. I just because of this nib is a good nib. I didn't see that someone probably tested to see if this was real gold by rubbing a little file across here. So there's this little, you can call it a fencing scar. It doesn't do anything to the way the pen writes. It just has a story to tell, an extra story to tell. God damn it. God, I am just a bundle of nerves today. So I'm going to find another pen that's a little bit different than what I've the selection I have for you that will be added to the pile, to make up for its scar. Is that okay? And here's an extra sack for you. Trying to figure out what your little what the pen will be. Do you know the Parker 45? It's a pen that was made in the 50s and 60s and 70s, maybe even, and it's quite a stalwart. Is that the right word I want? Not a stalwart. Bulwark? No, that's not what I want. It's kind of a humble pen, but it has its followers, and because it was relatively recent, people even as young as I could have bought them when they were new. This is really a sweet nib, even if it does have a fencing scar on it. Okay, so let me get you a... So 45, this is a 45, and they were made with told cartridges or a converter. I guess this is a converter. I don't know whether this is a particularly robust converter. Does it work? Yes, seems to work. Seems to convert. And what's nice about them, they're very, very lightweight. Someone who has these pens and loves them said, I really like them because they're very thin and they're very lightweight, and you're in their pocket. You have them in your pocket and you don't even know that you've got them. And this one has a sort of rounded, I would call it a broad nib, but I mean, I would call it a broad. So anyway, but this is a pen that also comes with cartridges, and it can fit with cartridges as well. Anyway, it's just it's a pen that's a little bit more modern than I normally like, but these are pens that I have sold hundreds of probably in the years I've been doing this, and they have a following that is very very God, what's the word I want? Loyal. God, why can't my brain is just not functioning? They have a loyal following, and people love these pens, and I'm trying to. There's only one of these that I love, and it's one that had a really, really fine nib, and it was given out by the governor of Minnesota to his many followers or fans or voters or whatever. And it says, state of Minnesota or governor, has his signature on the side of it, printed on the side of the pen. And I found a really, 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 really excruciatingly fine point that I put on it, and it just seems to be perfect. Most of the time, though, I find the pens just to be strangely light in my hand, and I'm just used to pens that are heavier. But I think you'll enjoy it. It'll fit the bill. So these are your pens. They're ready to go. So what I'm going to do right now, while you watch, I'm going to find a piece of paper. Loyal, are you a fan of these pens? Loyal, Mighty Mouse? Okay, this is very smooth paper, but I like smooth paper. So I'm just going to dip this in ink, and this is sort of watered down Schaefer ink, but it will work for this purpose. This is the Parker 45. Doesn't have a flexible nib. It's a steel nib, but it's fine. So that's that one. This is the Bouncy Waterman. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to say blue Waterman. And, I'm showing you the range. Don't go further than that. Okay, here's the delicate Waterman with its fencing scar. Waterman. It's almost as, it's almost as flexible. It's more flexible than this one. It's just, well, anyway, you let me know. Here's the Schaefer, green Schaefer. Again, very, very fine. You can flip it upside down. Poor is the church mouse. Here's the Skyline. Skyline by Eversharp. You'd think I'm a calligrapher, wouldn't you? Because, well, I say I'm a calligrapher. You couldn't tell by reading my scrawlings here. And here's the Moore EBK. This is the one that's sort of italic, but it is springy. So again, the downstroke and the side strokes are very different. I don't think I'd press down further than that. So there you go. So this will go in with your package along with the extra sack. So let me put that over here. No, put that over here. So that will go out in a little box. Okay. Now, Mr. Round. Since I'm here, let me just do Mr. Round as well. No, that was Mr. U. Where did Mr. Round go? Here's Mr. Brown. Okay, so pencils he doesn't have to deal with. You know that. Okay, so he's getting, I think I'm probably going to reduce his pile a little bit. Just because I don't want to confuse him. Not that he'd be confused. Schaefer brown stripe. And you can flip this upside down. Flip, upside down, down. Okay, good. Does this work? Yes, it works. This Schaefer. Oh, well. Oh, you want a pen too, don't you? Schaefer green stripe. This is very similar to the brown. Maybe a little tiny bit more flexible. But I think it's too similar. So I'm going to cross this one off his list. Too similar to the brown. Okay. This one. Okay, Eversharp Skyline. Eversharp Skyline. Brown. I think you'll like this one. Good. And I don't have to send him this one because I think this is... Will, I may send you this one. This Skyline. Has a little bit of... There's some nice spring to it. Is this okay? Okay, this one I'm going to send to... I'm going to send this one to Mr. Round. Waterman. Blue with the broken end. Just because it has this nice, similar to the pen that I sent you. Okay, so these are going to Mr. These are going to Mr. Round. Okay, well, I'm going to send you a text of the cost of this pen, just so you know. And you can say yes or no to it, and you can say yes or no. You don't have to worry about hurting my feelings or anything. Okay, we'll take a look. Let me know if that works for you. Okay, Schaefer Brown. This goes with Mr. Round. I really want to send. I really want to send Mr. Round I'd love to send Mr. Round a pen that he could flip upside down. These are all steel nibbed pens. I wonder if there's one here that he might like. Yeah, I think I'll send him this one. It's a really fun looking pen, made by the Eversharp Faber company, I think. And it has a steel nib that has a little bit of give to it. And it's smooth when you write with it upside down. So you'll get one of those as well. And this is one of these that fills by squishing the thing. Is that price okay, Will? Is that what you... Yeah. You know, this steel nib pen, Will, is more flexible than your flexible Conklin. Okay, so now this is another one that if this writes smoothly right upside down, I may send this to him too, Mr. Round. Again, because of his willingness to flip it over. This has a really fine upside down thing going. Good. This is really a sweet nib on this one. And I think, again, it's going to make the Mr. Round, Mr. Journalist. He'll be I think he will be happy with this. Just because it's so fine. On the flip side, we'll see. See what he says. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Well, this Skyline is going to be more flexible, certainly, than what you've got. But you have to, not be afraid of pressing down. This one can go that big. A lot of people are not willing to give it the gas. Affix data, you'll just have to wait till another day for your stuff. This is going to go to Will. Okay, so after I eat lunch, I'm going to take a leisurely stroll to the post office via my bank, and then I'm going to maybe bring some sketchbooks and do some drawings when I'm out, so I feel good about myself at the end of the day. I appreciate very much, Dimitri, your concern about my well-being. It was very sweet of you to say those things to me, and it does mean a lot when people go out of their way to say nice things and give thoughtful advice. What else am I doing here? I don't know. What time is it? My stomach says that I'm hungry. So, well, thank you for that as well, folks. I'm going to have my lunch and then package up these 4 remaining packages and address them and go to the post office and send them off. And then I'm going to come back and take a nap. Maybe. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.